So I yeeted an organ.
I like to hum along, and I hope you hum along.
So it's 2:22 a.m. I have some pretty bad stomach pain right now.
This is a song I like to hum along.
Okay, hi. I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. Everything's fine. Good news. Blood work came back clear, which I mean it always kind of has, so it doesn't surprise me. X-ray showed nothing, just that I have mild scoliosis, which is whatever at this point. All right, I'm tired. I just spent $80. I mean, I can't complain. There, it could be a lot worse.
And tomorrow came, and it was actually a lot worse.
Just tired. Tomorrow will be I'll feel a lot better knowing that I'm not sick. I'm not gonna lose my hair. I'm not in a completely different world. I just felt like I jumped out of a completely different life that could the course of my life could have been so crazy. Because I know when you're 4 years in remission, it's so unlikely that you will get it again, as they say. But when the pandemic hit, I was only 2 years going into 3 years when all my checkups stopped. But that's why I was really sketched out, because I haven't done any of this. So then when I just thought I was going for an innocent little itchy rash, maybe it's from stress, to be thrown again into medical testing was so draining. But everything's good. I'm gonna cancel that abdominal ultrasound. That just seems I do not need that.
I did need it, and I got it done, and I got it done earlier than that, so... Ugh, the irony is palpable on this, so let's just jump ahead, shall we?
So I want to just focus on the pros. But again, thank you for everybody who checked in. Everything's cool, and I will see you in the next video, whenever that is. Mwah. Bye.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good, how are you?
You're waiting on me, weren't you? You don't have to dust the band.
Some Kahlua and coffee, because it's the holidays. Okay, so here we are. Guys, I'm fine. I just, had emergency surgery to remove my appendix. Hello, if you're new and you just want to know what emergency surgery is. Hi, I'm Sarah. Grab some snacks. I'll tell you a story for my returning subscribers. Yo! So thank you, Destiny, I think, for wanting an update. I think it's Destiny, right? I just want to check just to make sure. Yeah, so I'm on week 4 of recovery. So to recap on this channel, I had a rash. It's gone. It's pretty much gone. It's some spots. So what that was working out and sweating. That's what caused it. lame, but I'm really glad that it's a lame thing. Everything happened very quickly. So I got meds for the rash, and then within the 24 hours of getting those medication, I got a stomach ache. Okay, and I thought that that was a side effect, and it was, and I looked it up. So if you saw my little intro that I made while I was sick in bed recovering and like in so much pain, that's what I did. Very dramatic. I mean, I didn't think it was anything because I was like, oh, maybe I ate too much. I'm in bed around 2 a.m. you know, scrolling TikTok, bing bong, something's wrong. So I look up the side effects and it does say like severe stomach pain. So it got worse, and around 3 a.m. I called my brother to drive me to Emerge. Then I stayed in Emerge for 3 days. Kudos to you if you had to do that too. Cheers. I have a little Bailey's in my coffee. Get me through this video. So I yeeted an organ. I feel like I'm a little unhinged right now, so I wrote like down a general structure. Today I feel really good, no pain. So I decided like now I can actually make a video because it was brutal. Like that pain was so bad, and after the surgery was really bad too. I spent a whole day in Emerge, sitting in a chair under fluorescent lights in severe pain. I got morphine. I got a morphine drip, so that helped. I did a ultrasound, which is hilarious because if you watch my last 2 videos, I'm like, I don't need it, I'm gonna cancel it, whatever. Before the surgery, like you can't eat anything, so I didn't sleep for 2 days. I didn't eat anything for 2 days. I was given like liquids in like an IV. It was really funny because I was like beeping the nurse. I'm like, I'm gonna puke, I'm gonna puke. They're like, yeah, okay, 1 sec. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, no. First time I was like hooked up to everything. I still could get up, even though I was like really weak. I could get up, and I found this like, I don't know what it was, just enough to throw up in, and I was like, ugh, I threw up. They took it, but they took it. That's the problem. They took it, and I was like, no. The woman comes in to do my blood work, and she's like, hi, I'm here to do your blood work. I'm like, I'm gonna puke. And I just like, when the poor guy came to clean up it, he was like, what is this, water? And I was like, no, it's my puke. Absolutely wild, because the thing that's like really frustrating for me, like a lot of it was really frustrating and a lot of it was like very painful, and I was like quite upset. I'm better now, whatever. But nothing ever shows in my blood work, like ever. So that never makes me feel better when they're like, your blood work's fine, everything's fine. Like that's what my family doctor said to me, and then literally within 24 hours, like I'm rushed to the Emerge to do surgery. Sorry, I got a little overwhelmed about how unhinged I'm being, so I'm hoping that this is like salvageable. So it started like emergency surgery. Before that I got an ultrasound, then they did a CT scan, which I haven't done since 2017, so I was actually kind of relieved to get one. Did the whole contrast, felt like I pissed my pants, the whole thing. And then that's when they found that my appendix was enlarged, and this doctor comes up to me and is like, hi, I'm like whatever doctor, I'm like replacing whoever. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. He's like, so it looks like your appendix is swollen and it could possibly burst, so we're gonna have to do emergency surgery right away. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, we have to do it. I'm like, right away, like now? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. Okay, bye. And I was like, what? So I'm like, I text my parents. I'm like, hey, yeah, you're just getting emergency surgery because if I don't, I'll die. I really liked my nurse. She was so sweet. I don't know if I should say her name. Whatever, her name's Nellie, and she was so wonderful. She's just fresh out of nursing school, and she was great, like amazing. She actually reminds me of my friend Nicole a little bit. And she was so funny. She's like cracking jokes because it's like, I think very rare that you get like a young person in there. She's like, everybody wanted you, like every nurse wanted you. I'm like, oh. I'm like, thanks. She's like, because you're young and it's like a pretty standard procedure. So, you know, I had to fight for you. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's good. I'm like, just keep the morphine drip going nice and we won't have a problem. She was really fun. She's like, I don't want you to leave. I'm like, I want to leave. I'm trying to keep it light because it was like pretty traumatic and depressing. But now that I'm away from it, I'm feeling good. But like there was a point where my blood pressure was like really, really low, like fatally low. And I looked pretty much like I was dying. Like I have prior videos to that one point in my time there, and it was like pretty bad. And she even admitted it. She's like, wow, like for a second there it didn't look like you were gonna make it. But you know, here I am, for whatever reason, still here. But I thought I would just quickly answer some of these questions. So what are some symptoms? Severe pain, horrible crying in the car may happen also. So there is no clear cause to appendicitis, which is great because that's what they keep telling me about everything that I get. It's like it's never an answer for me. Just add it to the medical mystery books. Appendicitis can be fatal, even though I think it's very like rare that it can be. But there was a moment that I thought it was for a second. I literally had to text my best friend all my passwords. I was like, if I die, which is horrible to do, but I was like, listen, I got some cryptos. I need those. Sell them. Got some stocks, get rid of them. I have some poems, read them. How do they do the surgery? It was explained to me like you will be put under. They will put a bunch of gas in your tum-tum. Basically just like picture a bike pump and a belly button and just, and what they do is they puff up your stomach to make you look like you're pregnant, to separate the skin and the organs. Yum! I have 3 incisions, and they just, honestly, for some reason, I kind of wanted to see it, but like, not really at the same time, you know? Surgeon was great. She was lovely. It was really funny, like my nurse, like Nellie, she's like, okay, like, prepping me for surgery, and she's like, oh, the anesthesiologist or whatever, the guy who puts you under, she's like, he's really cute. And I was like, oh, great. Like, I haven't showered, I haven't combed my hair, I haven't eaten anything, I've been delirious. Awesome. So, you know, I had to like adjust the gown to look kind of cute at least. They like wheel me down, and he is good looking, and like looking at him, and you know, you can only see like this much, but like he has really nice eyes, and he's like, okay, so blah 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 blah, and I'm just like trying so hard not to laugh, because when I got my wisdom teeth removed, there was a good looking guy there, and when they put gas and then they put me under, whatever they did, I don't know, I woke up, don't remember anything, and my dad's like, they were laughing a lot in there, like a lot. And I was like, oh my god, no, like I know it was something I did or said or whatever. And when they came over to me, like for my wisdom teeth, they're like, hey, she's awake. And I'm like, so this guy's explaining like, if there's any blood loss, have you signed the papers to receive blood? Like blah, blah, blah. It's standard where you just gotta breathe in and blah. And I'm just like, So passed out, standard procedure, good stuff. Here we are now. But yeah, I was wheeled there when they were like wheeling me back after my surgery. I was like to the girl, I was like, do you know who does the
anesthesia?
And she's like, no, why? I don't talk to them. I'm not part of their department. She's like really defensive at first. She's like, why? And I was like, oh, just thought he was cute. And then she's like, oh, girl, okay. And I was like, yeah, he had really nice eyes. And she's like, "Ah, you a sucker for nice eyes." I'm like, yeah. Then the next night, I got my own room. I'm so glad. I'm like, yes. Yay. So I just watched like Seinfeld and Studio Ghibli movies. And somewhere in the timeline I heard the news that there was the Omicron, whatever, that had just been the new variant or whatever. Stop. This is too chaotic. This is too chaotic. All I had was a rash. Now I'm missing an organ. There's a new variant. I'm alone in a hospital. I don't want to be here. This sucks. So immediately after the surgery, I wanted to get the fuck out of there because I was, for some reason, very paranoid that they might like try and lock down the hospital. I was like, I don't want to be here any longer than I need to. So the nurses are like, don't get up and like on the first try. If you have to go to the bathroom, like let us know, we'll assist you, blah blah blah. And then from there I just like immediately started walking. Even though it was like very brutal and painful, I was like, nah, I'm out of here. Like I can do this at home, which actually was a struggle and a half, I'm not gonna lie. Like I look fine right now, which is kind of a piss off because I was like not all right, like not all right. Yeah, so have some new battle scars to add to the collection. I think it'll heal fine. I mean, she kind of sewed up my belly button. It's a lot smaller than it used to be. So I kind of look like a cyborg right now. So there's that. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. This is so long, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say when I'm gonna come back because who the fuck knows, but thank you so much for being patient with me. Thank you so much for all the kind messages and constantly watching this chaotic channel. Let's hope that we all have our health in 2022. Health, wealth, and happiness, okay? So let me know if you've had an appendix removed, appendicitis, if you had any symptoms prior. I did not. Let me know where you're at in your journey. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.